In the quaint town of Greenfield, where everyone knows their neighbors and the air is filled with the scent of blooming flowers, there lives a man whose quiet bravery and unwavering dedication have left an indelible mark on the community. This is the story of Officer Jack Thompson, a name that might not resonate beyond the borders of this small town but carries the weight of countless acts of kindness, courage, and selflessness. Join us as we delve into the life of this unsung hero, uncovering the extraordinary impact he has made through his humble service and genuine compassion. The unsung hero. The city of Greenfield was not unlike many other small towns across America. It was a community where everyone knew everyone, and the rhythms of life were predictable and serene. Yet, like any other place, Greenfield had its moments of chaos and uncertainty, and it was during these moments that the people would look to their local police force for assurance and protection. Officer Jack Thompson had been with the Greenfield Police Department for over 2 decades. To many, he was just another face in a uniform, a part of the background that made up the daily life of the town. But to those who knew him well, Jack was much more than that. He was a beacon of integrity, compassion, and unyielding dedication. Jack had always known he wanted to be a police officer. His father had served in the force, and his grandfather before that. The Thompsons were a family with a legacy of service, and Jack was determined to uphold that tradition. He graduated top of his class at the police academy and quickly rose through the ranks due to his hard work and unwavering commitment to the principles of justice and fairness. One of the most remarkable aspects of Jack's career was his ability to connect with the community he served. He believed that the role of a police officer was not just to enforce the law but to build relationships and foster trust. This belief guided him through every interaction, from the routine traffic stop to the more serious calls he responded to. He knew the names of the shopkeepers, the children playing in the park, and the seniors who took their evening walks around the neighborhood. In return, they knew him as more than just an officer, they knew him as a friend. Jack's day would start early. He would arrive at the station before dawn, sipping his coffee as he reviewed the reports from the previous night. He made it a point to check in with his team, ensuring that everyone was ready and in good spirits for the day ahead. Jack led by example, never asking his colleagues to do something he wouldn't do himself. This earned him their respect and admiration, creating a strong sense of camaraderie within the department. One autumn morning, as the leaves were beginning to turn, Jack received a call that would test the very core of his dedication. A young boy named Tommy had gone missing. Tommy was well known in the community, a spirited child with a love for adventure, often seen exploring the woods at the edge of town. His disappearance sent a wave of fear and concern through Greenfield. Jack mobilized his team immediately. They combed the woods, called in search and rescue teams, and enlisted the help of the local residents. Jack coordinated the efforts with precision, but he also took the time to console Tommy's distraught parents, offering them words of hope and assurance. He knew the importance of maintaining a calm and positive presence, even as the hours stretched into days. On the 3rd day of the search, a breakthrough came. A hiker had spotted Tommy's backpack near a ravine deep in the woods. Jack and his team rushed to the location, and there, huddled under a makeshift shelter of branches and leaves, they found Tommy. He was cold, hungry, and scared, but unharmed. Jack scooped him up in his arms, wrapping him in his jacket, and carried him back to safety. The relief and joy on Tommy's parents' faces were immeasurable, and the entire town hailed Jack as a hero. But for Jack, it was just another day on the job. He deflected the praise, instead highlighting the teamwork and community effort that led to Tommy's rescue. He didn't see himself as a hero, he saw himself as a servant of the people, doing what needed to be done. Jack's humility was one of his defining traits. He never sought the spotlight, never chased accolades. He was content with knowing that he had made a difference, even if it went unnoticed by the broader world. His acts of kindness and bravery were numerous, yet they were the kind that often went unrecognized. He would anonymously pay for a struggling family's groceries, mentor at-risk youth, and volunteer at the local animal shelter. To Jack, these were not grand gestures, they were simply part of his duty to his community. Over the years, Jack faced numerous challenges. He dealt with the rising tide of crime, the pressure of maintaining public trust amidst nationwide scrutiny of law enforcement, and the personal toll that the job often took. There were times when the weight of the badge felt overwhelming, but Jack never wavered in his commitment. One particularly challenging incident occurred when a series of burglaries plagued Greenfield. The town was on edge, and fear spread quickly. Jack and his team worked tirelessly to track down the culprits, and after weeks of surveillance and investigation, they made an arrest. The relief was palpable, but what struck Jack most was the sense of gratitude from the community. People lined the streets to thank him and his team, children drew pictures of their superhero officers, and the town held a small ceremony to honor them. Despite the accolades, Jack remained grounded. He attended the ceremony with a quiet dignity, accepting the recognition on behalf of his team and the entire department. In his speech, he emphasized the importance of community solidarity and the collective effort needed to maintain safety and peace. He reminded everyone that the real heroes were the citizens who supported each other, who trusted the police and worked hand in hand to make Greenfield a better place. As the years passed, Jack's reputation grew, but so did the challenges. He navigated the complexities of modern policing, advocating for reforms that would build stronger bridges between law enforcement and the community. He pushed for better training, transparency, and accountability, understanding that these were crucial for fostering trust and respect. Jack's career was not without its share of heartache. He had lost colleagues in the line of duty, faced situations that tested his morality, and dealt with personal sacrifices. Yet, through it all, he remained steadfast, driven by a deep sense of purpose and a love for his community. In the twilight of his career, Jack began mentoring the next generation of officers. He shared his experiences, imparted his wisdom, and instilled in them the values that had guided him throughout his life. He taught them that policing was not just a job, but a calling, a commitment to serving and protecting with compassion and integrity. The day of Jack's retirement was a bittersweet one. The entire town gathered to celebrate his remarkable career. There were speeches, tributes, and tears. Jack listened humbly, touched by the outpouring of love and appreciation. He gave a final speech, thanking everyone for their support and emphasizing that his journey had been a collective one. As Jack walked away from the podium, a young boy approached him. It was Tommy, now a teenager, holding a scrapbook filled with newspaper clippings, photos, and drawings documenting Jack's career. "This is for you," Tommy said, his voice filled with emotion. "You saved my life and so many others. You're my hero." Jack took the scrapbook, his eyes misting over. He had dedicated his life to serving others, often in the shadows, never seeking recognition. But in that moment, he realized that his efforts had not gone unnoticed. He had touched lives, made a difference, and left a legacy of kindness, bravery, and unwavering dedication. Jack Thompson was an unsung hero, not because he sought to be, but because he embodied the true spirit of service. His story was one of quiet courage and humble sacrifice, a testament to the impact one person can have on a community. As he looked out at the faces of the people he had served, Jack felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had done his duty, and in doing so, he had become a part of the very fabric of Greenfield, a hero in the truest sense of the word. As the sun sets over Greenfield, casting a golden glow on the familiar streets, we are reminded that heroes often walk among us, unnoticed and uncelebrated. Officer Jack Thompson's story is a testament to the power of quiet courage and the profound difference one person can make in the lives of many. While Jack may never seek the spotlight, his legacy of kindness, bravery, and unwavering dedication will forever be etched in the hearts of those he has touched. His journey reminds us that true heroism lies not in grand gestures but in the small, everyday acts of selflessness that create a ripple effect of goodness in the world.